Everybody stand for prayer. Jesus, can you lead the prayer? Let us pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, holy be your name, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us. Do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, teacher. Good afternoon, classmates. Good afternoon.
How are you today?
We are fine, thank you.
Before you take your seats, kindly take out some papers under your chairs. May I know who are absent today?
None, teacher.
Very good. Since no one is absent today, please give yourself a round of applause. I am teacher Jessa, and since I am your teacher for today, I have here a classroom rules for you to be guided. Please everybody read.
Say it properly. Raise your right hand if you want to answer. Cooperate during a class activity.
Am I clear, class?
Yes, teacher.
So class, I have here 2 envelopes. Inside these envelopes are jumbled letters. So all you have to do is to arrange these jumbled letters and paste it on the board. But before that, I will group you into 2 groups. This will be the group 1 and this will be the group 2. Am I clear, class?
Yes, teacher.
Class, what have you observed in the jumbled letters that you have pasted? Yes, Julius?
Teacher, it's a forming separating mixture.
Yes, very good. It's all about forming, separating, mixture. So class, I will let you watch a video presentation. Watch carefully because while watching the video, you're going to list down the different methods used in separating mixture. But before that, I will group you into 2 groups. This will be the group 1 and this will be the group 2. Am I clear, class?
Yes, teacher.
Have a blessed day, everyone. I am Sebastian Fernandez from grade 6 section nitrogen. In our daily lives, we come across so many situations in which we have to separate some substances from a mixture in order to get a suitable substances. For use, some substances are easily separable just by taking out the impurities with hand. This method of separation is known as picking. But some of them cannot be removed by hand, and we need some other methods of separation for such mixtures. There are so many techniques in separating mixtures. So now, the experiment that I will going to perform is picking or hand picking. If you will ask me what is picking, picking a mixture of grains that can be separated through picking by using our bare hands. I have here 2 different kinds of chips, the nachos and the nuts. I will separate the chips using my hands. So easy, right? method of separation and doesn't require any kind of preparation. 2. It takes less time when used for a small quantity of substances. 3. This method doesn't need any machinery for the separation of substances. And the disadvantages are: first, it is not feasible for large quantity of substances. 2. It is only possible when substances are visible different. 3. We can separate all heterogeneous mixture by hand picking. Additional example are these. I can easily separate the pencil and ball pens using my hand. That's all for today. I hope you guys enjoy what.
We have some radish seed here that we're going to clean. This is a very traditional way of cleaning seeds called winnowing. The wind, there's a nice little wind going here today. What you have? I'm going to circle them. Do it one more time. And we'll pass through it. See, we're getting close. There's still some shaft to go, but we're getting really close. So one more pass with it. It's swirling around here, so it's getting close. Showing up really nice. One more shot, probably got it. Just a little bit of the shaft left there. That's too bad. Where it wasn't as started.
Evaporation. In this video, we are going to learn about evaporation. Evaporation is the process by which water gets converted from liquid form to a vapor form. Evaporation from the oceans accounts for 80% of the water delivered as precipitation, with balance occurring on land, inland waters, and plant surfaces. Let us do a small activity. Place a beaker containing water on a stove. Let the water boil. If you continue to heat the water, it turns into steam and evaporates. Add some spoons of salt to water, another beaker, and stir it well. Salt gets dissolved. Now heat the salt solution. The water gets evaporated, leaving the salt behind. Seawater contains salt mixed in it. Common salt is one amongst them. When seawater is allowed to stand in shallow pits, water gets heated by sunlight and slowly turns into water vapor, evaporation. In a few days, leaving the salts behind, water evaporates completely. Common salt is then obtained from this mixture of salts by further purification.
Can be used to separate two different liquids with different boiling points, or to separate a soluble substance from a solvent. How does it work then? Well, to start off, we have our solution in this flask here. We apply heat, usually with a Bunsen burner. This causes the liquid to evaporate, which means it changes to a gas. That gas then will travel up and through these tubes over to the condenser, this part of the tube. It's called a condenser because condensation happens there. That's changing from a gas back to a liquid. To cause a gas to condense, you need to lower its temperature. This is achieved in the condenser by pumping cold water usually around the outsides of that tube. It keeps it really cool. So our gas turns back into a liquid. Lastly then, this liquid now runs down the tube and into that flask, and we've got two different substances in each of these flasks now. We have separated them. And that's distillation.
Okay, group 1 and group 2, you may now place your work in the board. And don't forget to choose one representative to read your answer in the class. Group 1 was your representative. For group 1 is speaking, is a mixture of brain use in hand, sieving, winnowing, evaporation, and distillation. Okay, give a hand to group 1. How about the group 2?
So, we list 5 ng characteristics: the peaking, the sieving, winnowing, evaporation, and the last is the distillation.
Okay, give a hand to group 2. So class, based from the jumbled letters that you have pasted and the video that you have watched a while ago, what do you think our lesson for today? Yes, Generos?
I think teacher, our topic this afternoon is all about the spiritual mission.
Okay, very good. You have that idea. Another answer?
Maybe.
Yes, Risa?
I think teacher, our topic for today is all about forming and separating mixture.
Yes, very good. Our topic for today is all about forming and separating mixture. So before we proceed to our new lesson, you will now read first the objectives. Everybody read.
At the end of the lesson, the pupils are expected to identify, informing, and ways of separating mixtures, demonstrate in forming and separating mixture, give importance in forming and separating mixture.
Am I clear, class?
Yes, teacher!
So a mixture is created when 2 or more different substances are physically combined and can be separated back into its original substances. So there are 2 types of elements of mixture. We have the homogeneous mixture and the heterogeneous mixture. Let's talk first about homogeneous mixture. It is a mixture in which the components or the particles are uniformly throughout, while the heterogeneous mixture, it is a mixture in which the components or the particles are not uniformly distributed throughout. So again, class, what type of mixture when a component or particles are distributed uniformly? Anyone? Yes, Generos?
Homogeneous, teacher.
Very good. It is a homogeneous mixture. How about a mixture? A mixture or components are not uniformly distributed. Anyone? Yes? Kambo?
Heterogeneous, teacher.
Very good. It is a heterogeneous mixture. So separation is mixture. It is a process of separating or extracting different components. Components. So separation of mixture is often needed to get rid of unwanted or harmful components and to separate mixture from the non-useful components from the non-useful ones. So class, why it is needed that the separation of mixture is often needed? Anyone?
Teacher.
Yes, Generos?
To get rid of unwanted or harmful components and to separate the useful components, forgetting the non-useful ones.
Yes, very good. So here are some methods in separating mixture. First, we have hand picking. Hand picking, it is a technique used to separate mixture from used to separate mixture in a small quantities. So it is also a technique used to separate desirable substances such as small pieces of stone from wheat, rice, and pulses. So again, class, what type of method when used to separate mixtures with one of the components in small quantities? Yes, Anip?
Hand picking, teacher.
Yes, very good. It is a hand picking. The second one is the winnowing. So it is the process of separating husk from grains. So like for example, so this is the example of winnowing. A girl is doing a winnowing process. This process is separating husk from grains. Again, class, what type of mixture when separating husk from grains?
Teacher.
Yes, generous.
Winnowing, teacher.
Very good. It is a winnowing. So the third one is the evaporation. Evaporation is a technique for separating mixture, most commonly a solution of a solvent and a soluble solid. So again, class, I have here a picture of evaporation. So this is the picture of evaporation. So again, class, what type of mixture? When a technique used to separate mixture, most commonly solution of a solvent and a soluble solid. Yes, Jenny Rose?
Evaporation, teacher.
Yes, very good. It is a evaporation. The fourth one is the distillation. Distillation, it is the process in which the different boiling points of components of mixture is used to separate each component. So I have here an example of distillation picture. And the fifth one is the sieving. Sieving is used to separate solid mixture that contain components of varying sizes. So I have here also an example of sieving picture. So sieving, so any clarifications about our discussion, class?
None, teacher.
Okay, are you ready for your activity?
Yes, teacher.
And for your activity, I want you to make for the group one, the same group for the group one, you are going to make a hand picking technique. While the group two, you are going to make a sieving technique. Am I clear, class?
Yes, teacher.
And for your activity, I have here a rubrics for you to be guided.
I'm taking
Okay, you may now start. Group 1, you may now start. Come in front.
teacher.
And for group 1, you are going to make a hand picking technique. You are going to separate two mixture. Okay, teacher. Okay, you may now present.
This is the work of group 2. Picking. Okay, in picking, we'll separate the big one to the small one. These are the bigs. And these are the smalls. That will be all. Thank you.
Okay, give a hand to group 1. How about the group 2? You may now present your work in front.
So our task is to do the 7 method. So these are the 7 methods.
Okay. Okay. You may now take your seats. Okay, it's time to critique your work. For the group 1, correctness, I will give them 25 points. And for the cooperation, since all of them cooperating, I will give them 25 points with a total of 50 points. And for the group 2, their correctness, I will give them also 25 points. For the cooperation, since all of them are all cooperating, I will give them 25 points. The total of 50 points. So give a hand to each of the group. So class, how important in forming and separating of mixture? Anyone from the group? How important in forming and separating of mixture? Yes, Jimmy Rose?
It is important to be able to separate mixtures to obtain a desired component from the mixture.
Yes, it is very important to be able to separate mixture to obtain a desired component from the mixture. How about why do we need to know the different methods used in separating of mixture? Anyone? Yes, Jenny Rose?
We need to know the different methods in separating mixture to be able to understand how each component contribute to the properties, chemical and physical, of the resulting mixture.
Very good. To be able to understand how each component contribute to the properties, chemical and the physical of the resulting mixture. Am I clear, class?
Yes, teacher.
So are you ready for the next activity?
Yes, teacher.
For the next activity, you are going to encircle the letter of the correct answers. So get one and pass. I will give you 2 minutes to answer your task.
Done, teacher.
Okay, you may now pass your paper to the center aisle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pass it to me. Teacher. Goodbye, class.
Goodbye.